Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, and I promised I'd take another look at Reus once I'd figured out the game a little bit more. So we're going to do a little more with this Steam Roulette part 5, 6, something like that. I've played a little bit more. I actually managed to unlock a few things, including a 60-minute era. So what we're going to do here is a playthrough of that. Probably the most notable thing from the last time is that I learned a lot and constantly destroy my villages. And I actually was within 30 seconds of finishing with over 900 prosperity, until unfortunately 2 towns decided to attack 1 town at the same time, and pretty much it just leveled about a third of my score. But I still got some unlocks and got a few things here, so we have some new goals, some new developments here, which includes things like finishing there with only 1 village with 175 prosperity, which I guess means you just wipe out every other possible town. Fishing village, aristocracy, which I would have gotten if that one town had survived last time. But otherwise, we're just going for some basic developments. Mainly I want to see how this game plays over an hour, because 30 minutes feels like a lot of time, but it does wear down pretty quickly. So we're just going to go with kind of a usual opener here for each nomad. I'm going to do a swamp over here. And I'm going to do a forest on this side, and we'll figure out where to build our other stuff in a minute. But in the swamp, what I'm going to do is start by adding an exotic animal, and what we're going to do is try and play up. Let's see here, who has the predator aspect? Yeah, we need to get a desert person to get the predator aspect here. And we need to just get some unlocks eventually. So let's see what we get, because that was a pretty effective combo I had gotten between upgrading iguanas and then upgrading what our stone giant does. So we're going to start by essentially getting just a few things here. We'll go ahead and have you add an animal and have you add a plant, so we can go ahead and have that combo going. So what project are they doing here? Unfortunately, they plopped the project at absolutely the wrong place. So hermit, so we want a lot of tech. Tech's fine. Unfortunately, this village has tiny, tiny borders. So we're just going to go ahead and switch here. And I think we can get away with putting advanced minerals right here for now, because we can switch this later. Because all we want is tech, and Jesus Christ, there's a lot of tech here. Now the other thing I forgot about is that the specialization, you get bonuses for this. So what we want is a lot of minerals in the area, because it says plus 15 for each mineral. And since we set up our forest, we're already going to have this available. And what we're doing here is having chicken and blueberries, because that's a good way to start. I really want this to be a food village. We'll see how that goes. But all we're going to do right now is try and get even more tech, because peppermint actually gets bonus tech when you put a mineral next to it. So this isn't what we're going to do for later in the game, but this is what we're going to do to start out with. So let's go to this village. They're not doing anything yet, so yeah, like I said, there's a lot to watch. I didn't even realize there were these drop-down menus I could click the first time. So there's a Shining Path that's doing the Druid project. There's my 2 places. Let's go ahead and put down our other mineral. It's all within the borders. It's all within the area that works. So look at that, 64 tech, and they're doing a school, which I think is also kind of, yeah, 15 tech and 15 food. So if we need tech, early tech, I don't think we're going to get early tech from blueberries, and I don't think we're going to get early tech from chickens. So I think the only viable tech increases at the beginning come from our swamp giant and come from what else we got. So you actually have a little more range. Can I get yeah, let's see here. You get bonuses for plus 5 food, plus 10 tech for each plant within its borders. We'll have 1 plant so far. So we're going to drop an herb right over here. And blueberries, you get happy if you are next to a strawberry or dandelion or apple tree. So we can actually do that with our forest giant by dropping a plant right here. You see I'm going to be pausing a little bit more than I did the first time around. We're just going to use a leaf aspect. And let's see, we got another nomad coming pretty fast. This increases as our prosperity increases. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, without destroying my village hopefully, is raise a mountain, raise a desert, and have that ready and available whenever the next nomad comes. So, leaf aspect, let's raise you. Was that a greater or lesser? Lesser leaf aspect. Still not entirely sure what mature does. Wait, there we go. Can create bonuses with synergies, does not stack with mature from other sources. Nurture influences all patches in range, but the value of the patch is the highest of the influence. So this is total of 5. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a drink. So you see there we're getting a lot of bonuses from the school here, specialization. So that's going to finish building pretty well. And we have our mountain peak there. I'm still not entirely sure how to take advantage of mountains, but you can't build villages in mountains. They apparently need flat land. So our nomads come in a hurry. So let's go ahead and put precious minerals just right there. And we'll see how that goes, because these are all progressing very nicely. These two projects are so far. Actually, I'm going to be very close to having the druid done. So what do we want from our swamp person? Herd aspect is good, real good actually. It's one of my favorites that I've seen so far. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of creatures here to remember exactly what I want to do with the herd aspect, but it's something I found myself using quite a bit. The seismic aspect is good, but not top priority. Toxic aspect is really good because it increases danger, and if there's anything I need to work on for my last playthrough, I need to increase the danger to keep my towns from getting just really content. But I think we're going to be trying to get the predator aspect for you first, which means it's here. If we want to upgrade, let's say we want to upgrade these minerals, lesser reaction or lesser crystal. But those are tech minerals, of course. So if I switch this out to a different kind of production, what we're going to need to do is try, because I'm going to try and do iguanas and minerals in this place, because iguanas get very happy with minerals. We'll cross that bridge when we reach it. For now, I think I'm going to go for the herd aspect first, unless there's something really super enticing. Migrate is good. Fertility is actually a fantastic ability, but we're not going to get that right now. Seismic is good. Toxic, also good. But I want Predator first, so let's go ahead and get you over here. We'll get the herd going. Herd's going to be really good for certain other increases. Desert Village, like increasing the rabbits, is good. So what do we got? We got Swamp Ambassador to pick up. And we already have a village that's getting some greed. And we get a Forest Ambassador, so we're getting a lot of stuff all at once. Who's getting greedy? If I had to imagine, I'd say it's this village. Yep. They're going to have plenty of danger soon enough, as soon as I can complete whatever project is going on here. So we may want a seismic aspect eventually to increase some of these things, but we're not going to go for that yet. Who wants the Forest Ambassador, though? You're not getting it. Fruit aspect is going to be really good. Exotic aspect adds wealth. I haven't played with that so much. And the reaction aspect is useful, but probably, let's see here. Let's go ahead and go with fruit. That's just so good. So we'll do that first. So we get our two aspects here. Once we find out what specialization this town is doing, trade posts. So just straight up 15 wealth. Now, best way to get wealth here, we want animals in the borders. Let's go ahead and put an exotic animal over here. That should work. And while we're at it, we're just going to make sure that we can get the precious minerals that we need. And part of that's just going to be putting this next to each other, because wealth, you get more wealth if the quartz is next to another quartz. So boom, shakalaka, you only need 15 wealth and you're going to get it. So it's here. We've got a little bit of greed here, a little bit of greed here. So we're going to need to focus on some predators and creating some danger here pretty soon. And I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do that. It seems like our swamp guy is the one that gets a lot of the big scaries. Right now, all these projects are moving along pretty swimmingly. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to move him over here as well. We already have another nomad, don't we? Okay. I think what I'm actually going to do in that case is if I zoom out of the world here a little bit, yeah, what I'm going to do for that is just drop an ocean right here. And I know I could put it further out in the world, so maybe if I did like that. It's going to take some time. But how long is that nomad going to take? Let's go ahead and zoom in on our friend, another swamp beast, who put down a desert tortoise, who gets very happy when it's next to a plant. But if I were to upgrade it, if I got in the exotic aspect here, I could have upgraded it to an armadillo. So, if they could go through minerals, which are good. Ooh, so predator aspect. That's another thing that we want from this guy. So how close are we to the trade post? Not close enough, but I'm going to make another swamp up here first next to this village. Or we may put it on the other side, but I can put a second forest here. So actually, just because I don't want to lose that nomad, I don't want him plopping down somewhere where he need not plop down. So let's hear this village is pretty happy. It's not as high up as it can go. I'm not going to develop it super amounts because I'm still not sure of the greed mechanic. But I don't want them to be getting too improved too fast, especially when I have an hour to play. And I definitely want you to get the predator here. So we got some seismic rumbling because these godlike creatures are heavy and walking around. Okay, so you need 30 wealth. Let's just go ahead and drop a herb next to you. So how far does the border stretch? Yeah, it's not going to make a huge difference. Just go ahead and put you there for now. Twinkle, twinkle. There we go. Like that, we get just 4 wealth. And leaf aspect's going to give tech, which I guess will be good for that. Let's go ahead and have you drop a forest, although there's already forest here. But we don't need super huge places. Yeah, both these places are getting a little greedier than I'd like, but let's go ahead and plant some fruit. Just because I want this nomad to be able to settle somewhere new. Let's see here, let's go ahead and do a fruit aspect here. See, there's our nomad, he's going to settle this village, maybe close to the coast, I don't know. That could be really good, especially if we start putting in some mackerel right here. So let's see here, how close are you? Pretty close. Our next nomad is going to be coming pretty soon too. Yeah, actually right now. So that's good. We want our predator aspect because we need to start increasing the danger like crazy. And Predator is one of the best ways to do that. One of the best, most effective, so we're getting all these simple projects done early. We're getting a granary started, which is bonus food for each animal in the borders. And we have one animal in the border so far. We're about to have a second. So that granary is going to build up fine. This village isn't super greedy, so I'm not too worried about it. We're going to fix this one though real quick. Okay, so how do we fix a village that's super greedy like this? I'll show you a little combo that I found that worked really well for me. It managed to actually give me some pretty decent tech and some pretty decent wealth. But it is going to involve me kind of just going over what I have again then. So let's see here. I put tech minerals there where I'll have to probably double check and figure this out. Actually, let me pause the recording real quick and I'm going to just find out what I need to know. No, actually I'm not going to pause. Let's just go. Let's just do what I'm doing already. So what we're going to do first off is we have our little druid hut for each mineral and get all kinds of stuff here. So let's go ahead and put this down. You don't have any aspect yet. That's going to change in a little bit. And iguanas get plenty of wealth when they get the predator aspect and they're next to minerals. So all we gotta do is just raise these up and then suddenly, boom, we get some danger. There, a little bit of danger is all we need right now. I can't really upgrade these too much just yet. Let me actually go and move you. I don't know if we need to do a crystal aspect here. Crystal seismic, don't really need that. Yeah, reaction aspect is good. Copper gives large amount of text if animals are nearby, so that's the combo we want. We want the reaction aspect, which comes from this guy, from a forest ambassador, so we'll want to save a forest ambassador if we can. And I don't know if we'll be able to immediately. But as soon as we can get that and we can get the tech up here, we'll be in pretty good shape. So how far is our druid thing going? 3 minerals are what we want to have in this area. So let's just go ahead. We're going to do a brief combo here. We'll just put, for now, let's actually have you grow swamp, because I don't need you to get super big until later. Yeah, let's just put swamp there. And are you going to have enough food? You should. If we get animals in the borders. That's right, we're putting one down here because when we get mackerel, mackerel grow next to mackerel and it's good times. And actually what we want to do as well is to do kind of what you call a 3-hit combo, if you will. So we got a little bit of greed here, and that's from a lot of unspent resources. And I think my tree just sneezed. I don't know if that's super healthy. But we got some greed here, we got a lot of greed here. So I'm not going to grow this too much yet, but I'm going to turn one of these into something better. Because if you give people too much of an abundance of resource, they'll grow. They'll get greed in a hurry. So let's go ahead and just get this guy moving. What projects do we have going? Just the granary right now. We've got 4 villages. And I don't know what our greed situation is like in each of them. 1 greed, 3 greed, 3 greed, but danger. We want to increase that danger a lot. Like I said, I'm just building a swamp here. so that we don't have to waste another nomad. So let's go ahead and put something. I could try and put an exotic thing somewhere, but let's put this by the water too, and then we're going to move you back. So I haven't done too great of a job of maintaining 4 or 5 biomes or places. Let's say we got 2 forests, 2 swamps. I think it only makes sense that we go ahead and try and raise a desert right here. So that'll work pretty well. Do we have another nomad about to settle? Yes, we do. So forest aspect. Exotic's good. Reactive is good. Unfortunately, I do not think you can. This guy can't pick him up, although that makes him apparently very happy. Yeah, nobody. Only my stone giant has to pick this up because you can't. It's just a way to control the balance of who gets what. But exotic's still good. I'll take that. As we get another village settling in, so this will be a good excuse for me to go over and build a better area and then move on. So Swamp Village is settled. Let's go ahead and put you back here because we're going to build another iguana there kind of across the world. We are currently 50 minutes remaining and already doing pretty solid on this. So yeah, this, I can sense some tension's going to be coming up from these 2 areas in a little bit. Tool shop, wealth and tech, I can dig that. So let's see here. Yeah, our wealth and tech guys are going to be kind of right next to each other. Let's see here, next to an elderberry. Let's go ahead, antitoxin. Not using the hunt aspect. We'll want that from the desert because we want to be able to get this guy to give danger to animals. So we actually are gonna, our next desert is gonna go to the forest. Our next forest is gonna go to the swamp. And then, I don't know, crystal aspect's pretty good, but I kinda like herd aspect better. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna plant an elderberry here, just to try and get this guy to give a little bit more wealth within his range. Now as for tech, we're going to have to deal with that momentarily. This area is still good, so we got plenty of time to develop this. So let's just go ahead and put another exotic creature. And what this is going to do, which is very nice, and I can't upgrade these yet, but I'll be able to eventually. What this is going to do is see how much wealth we're getting here, but which means, oh look, the town's going to get greedy. But you plop another predator in there and no, it's not. Because now we have 2 danger. How much danger? And I can actually add another predator aspect to it, but it's going to be, oh, tapir. Tapir's one of my favorite animals, actually, but you have to give them a potent hunt aspect, and I assume tapirs give more danger as well because it is a hunt aspect. But to get a potent aspect, you have to use the fertility boost. But to get that, he's got to get the Desert Ambassador, which is what we're going to be trying to shoot for momentarily, because we got another desert place here. And we are going to, let's see here. What do you want to be next to? If next to a plant, that's a plant. This is the leaf aspect and growth aspect. So actually what we want to do is we want to grow you. No, we don't want to put an animal there. We want to grow you into something that's going to give a little more food and give you a little bit more spread. Then I can actually upgrade this to a rattlesnake, which will be good if they can feed on smaller animals. So did I get the exotic or not? Apparently, no, we're still waiting for you to pick up the one ambassador I wanted you to pick up, so let's do that now. Because I'm sure this chickie's waiting here. It's like, hey guys, what's going on? So we got another nomad ready to spring forth, and our world is starting to get pretty crowded. So let's see here. We just need to drop some kind of resource here. So let's go ahead and send you over. And we're just going to put another animal here. So look, we got a full world. And I haven't even managed to destroy a town yet. The people will be doing that to themselves eventually. We have 5 people. Actually, while we're here and before I screw things up, let's go ahead and save and just call this Steam Roulette. See where I have Don't Kill Town. That's an aspirational goal. So just, hey guys, hey, let's walk on by. Hey, how are you doing with that human on your head? Pretty good. But we don't have a lot of projects going on right now. It's because I got to upgrade some of my towns first. So you are doing a smith, and you still got some time to do this, but to do that you need tech and you need wealth. So we got the wealth. We're going to have the wealth covered. We're going to need to cover the tech, though. So you have your ambassador now. So now we can do the exotic aspect if we want to. We could turn this into a parrotfish. Don't really want to do that, though. That will give us some pretty sweet wealth. So what was I saying we need the exotic thing for? A few things. Let's go ahead and get this swamp guy upgraded because we do want the hunt aspect if I can in fact pick it up. I'm pretty sure I can. So Desert Village, Froststone, the Desert Village, whatever. So we'll get to you in a little bit because we need to upgrade the crap out of this. So we're going to do what we did before, place advanced minerals, because you want wealth and tech, and we'll give you both. So it's your lesser herd aspect or lesser hunt aspect. We want the lesser predator aspect. I like putting people in fear of their lives. So it's here. Now here we go. Here we go. So alchemist shop for each one of these different minerals within its border. Iron, copper, phosphorus, or aluminum. And we can upgrade these to copper, maybe, if I can get the reaction aspect, which wouldn't be terrible. Like I said, I just need that from the forest. But unfortunately, that's probably not going to come immediately, but maybe these guys will start their new project pretty soon too. So we'll find other ways to get some tech in here, because right now it's not looking too great. I mean, I could try and tech up with herbs, but I need to sort of get that first. So we'll figure that out. I got some time. So this village is growing pretty nicely, and they're trying to build a tool shop now. So it's your wealth and tech for the tool shop. Let's go and grow you. So plus wealth if next to a plant. That's pretty nice. Unfortunately, this tool shop belongs to here, so these borders are already buttressing each other, so we'll see what happens.